Hey everyone, welcome to the last video for Let's Play Halo Reach, the bonus content video. I do want to say, as always, this isn't like a complete comprehensive list of all the Easter eggs in the game. This is just a collection of ones that I thought were interesting and were worth showing off. So the first one we're going to talk about is this sort of big game-spanning collectibles. There's 19 collectibles in total throughout the game, and they are called data pads, and they look like this. So every level except the epilogue has one on any difficulty, and like that one there, they're not exactly hidden, they're just slightly off the beaten path. You'd be able to find most of these just by exploring. Now, every level including the epilogue also has a data pad that's only findable on legendary difficulty. And the legendary data pads are a lot harder to find. They are generally hidden in weird places, or there's almost puzzles kinda you need to solve to get them. They can be pretty difficult. So the 19 data pads, when you read them, they tell a story about sort of a secret society of AIs called the Assembly. And they have for a long time kind of controlled humanity's path, their actions, just by controlling, what information is given to who at what time. It's kind of interesting. A lot of the story involves them trying to shape the war effort to ensure humanity's survival. Next up, we're going to do some vehicle fun, and for this, I've recruited Swordfish's help. Okay, you're going to have to stand where I'm standing. There'll be a prompt, don't press it, okay?
Okay.
So stand where I'm standing, and then look over there towards the glacier. Do you see the prompt?
Open door?
Yeah, don't press it. And you can see why I need a co-op friend here, because I have to drive to the complete opposite side of the map from Swordfish. Okay, so on your screen you should see the prompt that says hold E to open door.
Mm-hmm.
I have a similar prompt on my screen. There's two invisible buttons, and you have to press them both at the same time.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Reach Racer.
Reach Racer.
Say that. Oh.
Hello. Get in a vehicle.
I'm racing you.
You are racing me.
Jeez. Reach Racer. Say that 3 times fast.
Reach Racer, Reach Racer, Reach Racer, Reach Racer? Sounds like I'm saying retrace her. Alright, so the Reach Racer Easter egg is actually really cool. It's like an implementation of one of the race game types from multiplayer, but on the single player level. I'm actually really impressed they managed to make this work. I would have thought that the engines were completely different. But yeah, anyway, in co-op you can kind of do this race where you loop around the sword base level. And there are other vehicles for you to find and use. It's a good time. It is a lot of fun.
What do you get at the end? It's clearly you're gonna win.
What I get at the end is not exploding.
Oh.
You
Okay.
you don't get that.
Should I don't have a screen recording.
That's alright. Oh, there's enemies here. I guess I didn't clear them out.
Oh.
Winner!
Well, I guess you won.
And then I think it restarts. Maybe? Hey. Alright, now on to all the New Alexandria Easter eggs. You may remember this very cool penthouse, the Ivory Tower remake. Well, up on the top level, kind of hidden away, there is a scared and or crazy Marine like we've seen in other games. But I thought this guy was a little too goofy to include in the main run.
Oh God, I didn't sign up for this. Not aliens, man. That's it. I am out. Seriously, we're fighting aliens now? Innies were bad enough, now we got friggin' aliens? Not me, man. I'm out. O-U-T, out. Let me tell you, whatever you do, don't let them bite. I hear if one of those little ones bites you, you turn into one. Imagine it, man. We're all gonna turn into little methane-sucking freaks. They're gonna strap us up with tanks and have us fighting on their side. Not me, man. I'm out. They're not gonna get me. No way I'm turning into no squid-faced alien freak. I bet that's what those big monkey-looking brute things are. They're us, man. They're us, turned cubby and fighting ourselves, man. Oh, God. No way, not me. No way. No way, no way. Oh, God, no, 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 no.
Alright, the next one I enlisted Swordfish's help again, although it wasn't strictly necessary. But there are some hidden buttons on this map. This one is near the hospital, and if you press it, something very cool happens.
I'll be honest, I can't see shit.
Okay. Can you hear anything?
Oh, I can hear some music.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Let's
I'm going in. I'm
let's
going
go
clubbing. Oh yeah, please let the music increase as we get closer. Oh,
Yeah, that's right. By clicking the button, we actually turn the nightclub into a nightclub. There are dancing grunts. At least I think they're dancing. Not that I'm really one to talk. Yeah. There's also a couple brutes. And they are the bartenders. And of course, the brute DJ. I'm gonna let the music play for a bit here. This is a song called Never Surrender, and it's actually from the Halo 2 soundtrack. And it's kind of a mashup of a bunch of different Halo themes and Cortana dialogue lines, all made into a dance song. Alright, enough of that. But that's actually not it for the nightclub. There's another hidden button. This is actually on the roof of the nightclub. You can still hear the music a little bit. And if you press this one, something changes. If you go back into the nightclub, it's playing a different song. And this is sort of a dance remix of the Siege of Madrigal song that they tend to hide in every Halo game, at least so far. There's also yet another hidden button.
Okay, so there's this button on the ceiling there.
I see it.
Whoop.
Oh, I'm too low. I pressed it.
Good. Okay.
Hi, Mambo. Daddy's playing video games.
I'm keeping that in. 100%. If we have done this correctly, or if I read the Wikipedia article correctly, when I fly this Falcon through this loop here, it'll turn into a pelican that I can fly.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's see.
I can't see.
Ooh. Yeah. It definitely is a pelican, but it does not fly like... it doesn't fly like the Falcon.
I don't think I see you on map. Oh, there you are. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to go up. Oh, that's down. Oh no. Oh no, no.
You
no.
pull up like that.
How do I...
Are you able to shoot too?
No. Can you get in the back?
Hold E to ride in Pelican. Yeah, I'm literally like in a chair. I can shoot inside of this thing. There's space for 10 UNSC troops, I believe.
That's awesome.
Permission to shoot my rocket.
You know what? I will give you permission. Okay.
Okay. Are those coming out of the...
Yeah, they are.
Alright.
Yeah, so the Pelican, it's a lot of fun. The Pelican itself is actually indestructible, and it does fly a little bit faster than the Falcon, I think. The only real problem is as soon as you get out of it, it will despawn. So you can't really use it to play the level. It's just kind of a cool thing to screw around with. It is very hard to fly too, I did mention that a little bit, but it uses like strange controls. Also, if you do the same thing, but with a Banshee, you will turn into a Phantom. The Phantom's also pretty cool. It's slightly different than the Pelican in that you can't put passengers inside of it, and it is not invulnerable. If you take enough damage from Banshees, it will actually explode with you in it. But yeah, how wild is this? Being able to fly a Phantom around. So cool. Alright, next up I want to show some stuff off from the end of the game. So, in the cutscene where you meet Captain Keyes,
Good to see you, Spike.
on legendary
Never
difficulty,
assured me I could count on you.
he calls Dr.
Not
Halsey
just me, sir.
Catherine,
They'll be
which isn't that weird. They used to be quite close. It's just interesting that that's the only instance of difficulty change dialogue in the entire game.
Do you copy?
I have your window, sir.
Another thing that's rare in Halo games is that this final objective is actually failable. If you don't shoot the ship in time, everything explodes. And the most important one, during the cutscene where the Pillar of Autumn takes off, if you aim to the right at the right time, you get to see the Master Chief asleep in his cryopod. I had to pause here because it's actually very, very quick. It's hard to see sometimes.
Doors open, Noble Six. Get to the lab.
But what if, instead of going to the lab, we go for a little mongoose ride? This one here is actually one of the biggest, most important, most interesting Easter eggs in the game.
Lieutenant, get to Halsey's lab. That's an order.
Oh, yeah. There's the rest of Noble Team just hanging out by the door to the lab. But if we go over here, there is something hiding. And you probably guessed it at this point. It is a secret button. This one down here is actually really, really tough. It is surrounded by hard kill barriers, and it itself is in a soft kill barrier. So it can be kind of sketchy getting it pressed correctly. But now that we've pushed it, it got kind of eerily quiet down here. And the rest of Noble Team disappeared. Okay, so pressing that button spawns 7, yes, 7, count them, high-ranking elites with energy swords and very, very itchy throwing arms for grenades. Now, you can fight them. It's tough, but it's doable. Or you can just kind of run away from them. But the important part is that they spawned in a secret room that's normally inaccessible. But since they opened the door, we can actually get in there. And it's hiding here just sort of underneath Halsey's lab that we were defending. And this takes us to Halsey's lab proper that we actually saw in the cutscene, with very recognizable music, the actual Siege of Madrigal. So this was Bungie's last Halo game, which I'm sure you know by now. But they decided, since it was their last Halo game, they would hide a legit tribute room in the game. And there is a ton of cool stuff in here. First off, there's 7 terminals that you can access to get some text written from Dr. Halsey's perspective. And the first one is about Red versus Blue, which was like one of the first big Halo Machinima projects. I used to watch it. I sort of stopped when they went to full animation instead of Machinima, but they've done all sorts of cool stuff. Next one is for halo.bungie.org. And this was kind of a fan site / media / news aggregator. Honestly, I used to check this every day in the lead up to new game launches. They were just so good for finding Halo information. Next one for the 7th column. And this was the nickname for sort of Bungie's fan club, and then eventually just their community on their own Bungie.net forums. Next one over here. This one is great. They did a whole terminal just for the Warthog launch video, the original. And I kind of get it. This was like the first big, really creative, non-gameplay type thing that came out of Halo. It was a big deal. And I actually did my own tribute to it back in the Halo 1 LP, if you want to go check that out. Over on the other side, first off we have this screen, which you could see in the cutscene. And it lists all of Noble Team's members, although it conspicuously fades out before it gets to Emil and Noble 6. The terminal here is for Fight the Flood and Be a Hero, which were some charity stuff that Bungie ran during Halo's development. I think it was for Hurricane Katrina and I think the Haiti earthquake. Next up over here, there's another console we can read. This one is a very short conversation between Cortana and Dr. Halsey. Not a super interesting conversation, but kind of cool. The terminal is for HFCS, which was the Bungie.net forum moderator's secret sub-forum. And this is just thanking like the moderators. I'm pretty sure they were, volunteers, like all forum moderators. It's a shit job. Next one here. This one is, I guess, a forum inside joke that I don't know a whole lot about, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot about. Anyways, around the room, there's also some hidden artwork. Some photographs, some other stuff. We'll go through it. So first off, a screenshot from Halo 1, and this is from the Silent Cartographer beach scene. Next up, Halo 2, of course, with the SMGs and Earth on fire, I guess. They got one for Halo 3, Master Chief with the carbine on the first level of the game. One for ODST. This was like the first frame of the opening cutscene, I believe. So there's also a couple photographs of Bungie employees. This one here, it's hard to see. This is a Jason Jones, and he's actually putting CDs in boxes for their old game, Minotaur. And there's one here of their composer, Marty O'Donnell, with some very modern-looking equipment. There's also just some kind of generic Bungie artwork. So this one is their sort of alternate logo / coat of arms. There's this one here, and this is called the Carnage Zone logo, and they've been using it ever since Marathon. They also have their 7-step world domination plan, which can be a little hard to read, but it does include something, recover Ling Ling's head. And that is a legitimate severed dog's head in a jar, which was, I guess, like a medical thing, prop. And there's artwork of it there. And the last thing in the tribute room worth talking about is Dr. Halsey's notebook sitting here. And that may not seem like a big deal on its own, but a copy of Dr. Halsey's notebook was actually the special limited collectible that came with the special edition of Halo Reach. And it is still the coolest and most interesting video game collectible that I've seen. So it is a notebook that is made out to be Dr. Halsey's own handwriting and sketches about all of her work, including the Spartans and Mjolnir armor. It's got some stuff about Jacob and Miranda Keyes in it. This is all like the augmentations that the Spartans underwent. It's got her thoughts on the Covenant from when the war first started. It includes a bunch of notes about her work with AIs, and then specifically the creation of Cortana. And it even includes notes up to her meeting Noble Team and the Covenant invasion of Reach, like right up to the end of the game. It is just such a cool thing, and I've still pulled it out to reference it sometimes when I'm talking Halo.
Need that base taken out, son. What's your status? Still outside.
And the last thing I wanted to do in this video was just go through some of the cutscenes, because I wanted to show off the armor customization. Because how you change your own multiplayer character is how you show up in the game.
So let's stay focused and get it done. 6, are you in position?
Affirmative.
And I also wanted to show off some of the female Noble Six's voice acting. So we talked about this a little bit in the Something Awful thread, and in the videos, I think. But it is just really, really nice to be able to create your own character to put in the game. I think the way I've put it before is that even in Halo ODST, you're just some random guy. But in Halo Reach, you can be you. It just really helps put you in the game. And I wish they could do it more. I get why you can't in Halo, really, since most of the time you are the Master Chief, the main character. But, not everybody identifies very well with him, so it is just really nice. And plus, everybody likes playing dress-up in video games.
Copy. Repeat, this is Noble 2, Noble 6, Noble 5. Do you copy?
This is 6. Go ahead, Noble 2.
We picked up your transponder about an hour ago, but could not reach Goldencom. Covenant have the city sealed tight. We're getting nothing from George.
He didn't make it.
Understood. What's the situation at Starport exit?
The last transport is away.
All right. We're bringing you to us.
Beautiful, ain't it? Someone should take a picture. Nice work, by the way.
I aim to please.
5, 6, get down to the science wing. Dr. Halsey wants a debrief and command saying we're all hers.
Repeat? Sounded like you said Halsey.
I did.
Copy that, on our way. Don't need command to tell me. Been all hers half my life.
And of course, beyond just making the game feel more personal, you can kind of just screw around with the cutscenes.
Commander.
So that's our new number 6.
Cat, you read his file?
Only the parts that weren't covered in black ink.
Anyone claim responsibility, sir?
Only thinks it might be the local insurrection. 5 months ago, they pulled a similar job on Harmony. Hit a relay to take out our eyes and ears, then stole 2 freighters from dry dock. That cannot happen here. Reach is too damn important. I want that relay back online, Noble One.
Sir, consider it done.
Then I'll see you on the other side. Holland out.
Lieutenant.
Commander, sir.
I'm Carter, Noble Team's leader. That's Kat, Noble 2, Emil and George 4 and 5. You're riding with me, Noble 6.
Not gonna lie to you, Lieutenant. You're stepping into some shoes the rest of the squad would rather leave unfilled. Me, I'm just happy to have Noble back up to full strength. Just one thing, I've seen your file, even the parts the Oni sensors didn't want me to. I'm glad to have your skill set. But we're a team. That lone wolf stuff stays behind. Clear? Got it, sir. Welcome to Reach.
Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in Halo 4.